Hi guys, Firmbie with you, and welcome to Car Mechanic 2015. It's great to have you in company. Now today I've got for you a full restoration of the Royal GTR. As you can see, the parts condition there, 74% in this particular one. A body condition at 64, and a car value at 50,092. So stick around, and we'll see what sort of profit we make at the end of this build. But I would expect something along the lines of $20,000 to maybe $25,000 with a couple of hundred of in-game experience to go along with that. So we'll see how we go at the end of this particular build. Last episode we restored the Sakura Moon, so if you missed that one you might want to go and check that one out. And of course, while you're over there, just throw down a like if you like what you see. Maybe throw down a comment if you got any comments in regards to Car Mechanic 2015. If there's any particular cars that you like to see make an appearance in either the restoration series or the 15-minute makeover series, then yeah, just pop it down in the comment section and see what I can do in regards to that. And also, just let me know, guys, if you, in regards to these restorations, if you like the full-length versions of those restorations, or you like the fast-forward versions. Of course, the fast-forward versions are a tad shorter, and it does flick by fairly quickly, but some people like that and some people don't. So just let me know what your thoughts are just in the comments section. Also, if you've got any projects that you've on the go in your own garage, then I'd love to hear from you in regards to what projects you've got going on. So yeah, any particular car that you're making a build on, maybe even post down a link to your particular channel or your particular build. Love to have a look at what everyone else is actually building in their garage. But let's crack on with the GTR restoration. As you can see, as always, one of the first steps to actually take all the body panels off and repair the ones that we can repair up. And just throw away the crap, of course, and then to purchase the panels that we actually need to purchase. So just the trunk going in there. As you can see, that trunk is absolutely knackered, so we're going to have to buy a brand new trunk to go into the GTR. What I will say also, I'm actually glad that the weather's cleared up. I don't know whether you recall the last couple of videos I had. I might have mentioned it. It was either raining or it was windy, which tends to play havoc with any recording. So hopefully it didn't impact too much on the recordings I did at the time. So hope it didn't come through too much, as I said. So hopefully it's sounding a little bit better without the rain and the wind. Now, I'd like to think that it has improved, but you tell me. You let me know what you think. Speaking of improvement, gee, that was a pretty terrible segue. But anyway, now if you've just found this video just by chance, as you search through YouTube, just jump over to my channel if you like Car Mechanic 2015 content. There's a heap of content over there. Just click on the playlist over there. There's a heap of restorations as well as 15-minute makeovers. If you like the Car Mechanic 2015 content, then as I suggest, jump over there and have a look at that. Actually, come to think about it, I think the first video I put up was actually over 12 months ago. So hopefully there has been some improvement. But again, you guys let me know in the comments section. I'd love to hear from you. Now, for those who've been watching closely, we are starting to get a collection of cars in the parking section. What I'm actually trying to do is actually have one of each car that's currently available in the game fully restored. It's a bit of a long project, but we're getting closer and closer. Actually, it wouldn't surprise me if I have to purchase another parking slot fairly soon. I'm starting to run out of room very, very quickly, and I don't know whether you know, but they are ridiculously expensive. I think they're $120,000 or $150,000 off the top of my head, but I suppose that'd be, I don't know, what, 4 or 5 full restorations, something like that. So anyway, we'll see how we go for room, and see whether we need to purchase another parking slot or not. Let me know how many cars you've got laying around. I'd love to hear about your collection. Actually, I may even do a video in the future just showing the restored cars in the parking bay. I mean, what's the point of having all these cars if you can't drag them out and show them off every now and again? Actually, one car I'm looking forward to seeing is the Maserati Quattroporte. I think that's how you pronounce it. You may have noticed it's actually still under wraps in the menu, so it'd be great to see another Maserati added to the collection to go along with the Sebring and the MC Strydale. I mean, the latest DLC was the 2 DeLoreans. I mean, they're great cars to work on too, by the way. But I'm just, as I said, just looking forward to seeing this this third Maserati to be unveiled, and we're able to get our hands on it and be able to have a bit of a play with that one as well. But let's crack on with this restoration of the Royal GTR. As you can see, just in the background there, another couple of cars are waiting for their turn to get restored. A Mayan M8 and a Tempest Magnum, if I'm not mistaken. But wouldn't surprise me if they are the next cab off the rank, so to speak, after this particular build. But as I said, let's get into this this restoration. We're still getting these components ripped out fairly quickly now, getting these wheel components, brake and axle components stripped away fairly quickly. Actually, speaking of doing things quickly, guys, I might even actually chop some of this action out for you, just for the sake of time for you, just so that you don't have to sit through a lot of these parts coming out. I mean, you've seen me do all this before. I think the last restoration was very similar to this particular the Royal GTR. Very similar motor configuration. So what I might do is actually cut the video in a moment and bring you back after all the parts are out and fully restored, and I'll bring you back when we're ready to put the parts back in. And welcome back. Now, as I was saying, all those parts have now been taken out. We're just flicking through the inventory sections just to make sure that we have covered all the parts there. Just clicking on all there and making sure they are at 100%, which they are. And now we start the arduous task of getting all those parts back into their respective holes in the car, into the GTR, and let's get this old girl back together once again. So these parts are going back in. I'd just like to have a quick chat about the last week or so, guys. First of all, my apologies to you, just to the lack of content. As if you're a content creator yourself, I'm sure you can relate to this, just to the time commitment that it takes to produce content. And with what's been going on of late in real life, unfortunately it's put a slight delay on some of the content I wanted to get out to you. Having said that, some very exciting content coming up. Now, I don't want to give too much away, but let's just say PAX Melbourne. Enough said, right? That's right. My first ever PAX convention over in Melbourne. And to make it extra special, a few of the 87 guys managed to organise fly-in as well, which was great to finally catch up with those fellas. But you know, I've probably said too much already. I don't want to spoil it for you. I don't want to give too much away. Put a video out in relation to the PAX convention very soon. So yeah, keep an eye out for that one. I hope that you enjoy seeing it as much as I did. But let's get back to this build, as I really would like to finish this video tonight, get it rendered up and out to you as quickly as I can. So just some of the front shockies components going in now. A lot of the front components I've already put in just while I've been chit-chatting along, and you may have been noticing in the background a lot of those components going in. The clutch components and the gearbox components going in fairly quickly here. The gearbox going in nice and easily. As I said before, the fast forward configuration makes it go nice and quickly, which is good. And let's get those rear components in now. The suspension bars and sway bars and exhaust pipes and fuel tanks and so forth down this rear end of the car. I may have mentioned it before, guys. I'll mention it again. If you're working on a particular car that you got stuck with, or you got problems with, or you're unsure of how to get it together, or the best way to put it together, just whack it in the comment section below. I'm more than happy to help you out. I certainly don't know it all in regards to Car Mechanic 2015, but basically, if I don't know, we'll find someone who can help us out. So yeah, feel free to whack any questions or comments down in the comments section down below. So let's get that rear tyre on quite smartly, and we'll spin around to this other side and get these quarter components done on this other side here with the shockies and the suspension bars and drive axles and what have you over on this side. That's quite a common problem. Actually, well, I won't say common problem, but a lot of times I forget myself actually that spring cap. Along with the rubber bushes, I always forget those two things for some reason. I mean, I've done it that many times, you'd think I'd learn, but no. If I miss out on a part, it's generally a rubber busher or those damn spring caps. So yes, maybe learn one from myself today, and keep an eye on those spring caps and rubber bushes. But let's get that drive train in now, or drive shaft in, and those remaining components of the exhaust system. Like so. And let's see what we got remaining down the end here. I think we've got more parts going to the top of the engine. So yeah, let's lower it back down and get these pistons is the word I'm looking for. Gee, a brain fart just then. I couldn't even think of the word pistons. There you go. I think it's been a too long of a day with work and so forth. But anyway, there's enough talk about real life stuff. As I was saying, I was trying to get those damn pistons in. Couldn't think of the name. But yeah, there's pistons in quite smartly. The engine head and now into getting those spark plugs in. On this fast forward motion, actually, it's quite difficult actually keep track of the parts that are actually going in. So I might have to slow it down a little bit just so I'm able to commentate getting these parts in. But again, you've seen me do all this before. The last engine that we did or that we restored was very, very similar, so I won't go through it all as I did last time. Timing belts going in fairly rapidly now, and the timing belt cover. This is often the fun bit too, getting all these rubber bushes, these idler rollers put in the front here. I think it was 2, 4, 6, or 8 or 10 of those little critters. So yes, always pays to buy a shit ton of those when you're in the shop, because they never go astray. More than likely I'll forget to purchase one as well. So, but as I said, those and the rubber bushes never go astray. So yeah, always buy a shit ton of those. Just the engine cover going on those, and the ignition coils getting very, very close for this particular build's completion, guys. So yeah, thank you very much for sticking around too. It's been a bit of a long build, this particular one, of 14-15 minutes, which is a pretty long time just to be sitting there watching a video and some guy chatting to you in your ear roll. So I do thank you for sticking around and watching it to the end of the video. Just the oil pan going on now. Another thing not to forget is actually to put some oil in the damn thing. I don't know how many times I've actually gotten to the end of the build and forgotten to put oil in it. So yeah, just another thing to remember. So let's have a look here and look at some of our totals that we ended up with. Let's even crunch those numbers. Nothing in the inventory, so that's always a good sign. Parts condition 100%, body condition 100%, that's what we're looking for. Restoration bonus $30,504. Car value, a nice total there, $98,292. So not too shabby of a build there. Yeah, 98 grand's worth in that car. Alright guys, thank you very much for sticking around, and I'll look forward to your company next time.